The media is not revealing the whole story about Madaya. They are purposely avoiding mentioning the fact that Madaya has been overrun by Al-Qaeda offshoots, Ahrar al-Sham and Jabhat al-Nusra. Jabhat al-Nusra is listed as a terrorist organization by the UN, and Ahrar al-Sham was founded by a member of Al-Qaeda. These same Al-Qaeda groups that have taken over Madaya are sieging two towns in the north of Syria, Kafraya and Fuwa, and have been starving them for years. This is a case of the mainstream media's selective humanity. They cry crocodile tears over Madaya, while deliberately ignoring Fuwa and Kafraya. This is because France and the US are backing Al-Qaeda in Syria and see it as their ticket to regime change. Instead of pressuring Al-Qaeda into leaving Madaya, or allowing the civilians to leave, instead of pressuring Al-Qaeda into breaking the siege on Kafraya and Fuwa, they are only advocating that the Syrian military should give up Madaya to Al-Qaeda, while Al-Qaeda holds their siege on the other two towns. It is no secret that the Syrian people are suffering through this war. But the media and the government's fox humanitarianism is drenched in agenda, and they must be exposed. Another thing that isn't being mentioned in the media is that the Al-Qaeda-linked rebels in Madaya are stealing the aid going into the city and selling it for a high price. The same thing is happening in Kafraya. The residents of Madaya expose this fact, but you won't hear their voices in the mainstream media.
هاي الأغراض اللي عم تنعرض معروفة كلها بالإعانة جاية وبالعلب، يعني لما توزعت كانت بالعلب، وفي عم يزودوا الشغلات، عم يفوضوا كلها يعني بخطية الأطفال اللي عم يصير هالشيء.
كانت أسعار بتوصلنا من المعونة لا حليب للأطفال لا رز مثل العالم، بيعطونا شي رمزي كتير من المعونات عم تستغلها المسلحين اللي عنا، الله يخلصنا منهم.
احنا هلا بمضايا 10/1/2016. ما بنسترجي نقول أكثر من هيك.
أخذوا المعونة وزعوا النص وضبوا النص، وصاروا يبيعوا الكيلو ب70 وب80، والعالم هون ما في معها هالمبلغ تشتري.
إن سبب المسلحين فوق ما عم يطلع لنا شيء، يعني ما في أكل لا في شرب لا في شيء فوق، بس يعني حالة عم يبيعوا الكيلو رز ب100 ليرة، كيلو البرغل ب100 ورقة، ونحن حالتنا يعني شفت ما في واحد يدفع كل يوم 100 ورقة حق الكيلو الأكل.
المعارضة عم يتاجروا بدم البشر، هن اللي عم يجيبوا الرز ويبيعوا ب80 90 ورقة، جماعة المعارضة وجماعة السرسرية والحرمية، أكثر من هيك ما في.
90,000 عم يبيعوا. باكيت الدخان عم يبيعوا
5000 ليرة.
5000.
باكيت الدخان ب5000 ليرة. الشوكولاتة ب 5000 ليرة. سمعت أبوك حكى لك جدك حكى لك شوكولاتة ب 5000 ليرة. وذبحوا أولادنا وذبحوا حرقوا شجرنا. هن المعارضة اللي عملت سببت لهالسبب هذا. يعني أخذوا حقه. أنا ابن مضايا عمري 89 سنة، ما بخاف غير من الله، وهالبسطون هذا واقف ضد 12,000 نسمة وكسر شوصهم.
مالك جوعان؟ مالك جوعان أنت؟ نحن جوعانين.
You're not hungry, we are, shouts this angry man at a fighter.
Basically, the rebels and their globalist allies are holding Syrians hostage as human shields, starving them, then using their emaciated bodies for propaganda. On that note, there are few images of people inside Kafraya or Madaya, so the media has been using images of emaciated people from other places to exaggerate the situation in Madaya. The photo of this emaciated boy had been used by many sources, including the Associated Press, Australian News, and Intelligence Spectator, which claims it was taken in Madaya, but it is in fact an image that was released in 2015, and the original seems to have been stretched by the Intelligence Spectator to enhance the boy's skeletal frame. BBC's Jim Muir posted a video of this boy claiming he is starving in Madaya. The original video is in fact from Yarmouk camp in 2013, not Madaya. The image of this boy, posted by Vice News and Donatella Rovera, Amnesty International's senior crisis advisor, is not from Madaya as they claim, but was in fact first posted in 2013. This picture that Al Jazeera claimed to be from Madaya is not even from Syria. It's a random homeless man from 2009. This is the second time this little girl's picture was used for propaganda in the war, the rebel supporters having stole her photo from Facebook. This time, Al Arabiya, Saudi Arabian satellite television, claims she's a starving girl in Madaya. But she isn't from Madaya, nor is she from Syria at all. She's from Lebanon.
بتعرف رسالة ماني بمضايا صورة اللي نزلت على الفيسبوك هي غلط.
Other random photos that are claimed to be from Madaya continue to emerge to make the crisis appear larger than it is. The United Nations has reported only one case of death due to starvation in Madaya by a 53-year-old man. But Doctors Without Borders, which does not have any personnel on the ground in Madaya, are relying on Al-Qaeda's figures. The media claims that 40,000 people are starving in Madaya, but according to a census linked from Wikipedia, Madaya only has 9,000 residents. This is what Madaya's population actually looks like. There are fluffy stray cats in the street, while the media is claiming that people are eating cats. The town hasn't been completely cut off. In December, 126 people were evacuated. Aid is said to be coming into the city soon, but Al-Qaeda-linked Ahrar al-Sham is going to take that aid again, and they're going to continue their siege on Kafraya and Fuwa. Let's cut through the manipulation and get to the facts. Sieges happen in war. Lest we forget that the US government starved 300,000 Iraqis in Fallujah during the Iraq War. But this is not an occupation. You have one side that is foreign-backed Al-Qaeda and one side that is the legitimate state and military. If NATO, the Gulf Arab states, and their media apparatus cared about the Syrian people, they wouldn't be supporting Al-Qaeda's takeover of the place. Nor would they be sanctioning all of Syria, which is basically a siege on the whole nation. But all this talk of starving children was never about humanity. This is one drop of truth in an ocean of lies. Subscribe, share, and help it grow.